Welcome to Tools and Rules of Living a Discerning Life. So St. Ignatius, who gave us the 14 rules of discernment, again, observations of how the spirits work and how the spiritual life works, he gave us the definitions of spiritual consolation, that would be rule 3, and the definition of spiritual desolation, on the other hand, which is rule 4. So I'm going to put them in simple terms for us now. Spiritual consolation, what is that? Sometimes we read these terms in our spiritual reading and we're left wondering, spiritual consolation, do I have that? Do I know exactly what that is? I'm not quite sure. This is what it is. Spiritual consolation is anytime you experience an uplift of heart, where you experience an increase of faith, an increase of hope, even a small increase, an increase of love. These are gifts from the Holy Spirit. It's different than non-spiritual consolation, like when you wake up in the morning and you have an excellent cup of coffee. That also is consolation. Non-spiritual consolation, but consolation nonetheless. St. Ignatius is talking about spiritual consolation. So you recollect yourself, you take a little time of prayer, and as a result of that, you feel at peace interiorly. And whatever was troubling you is a little bit reduced. That is spiritual consolation. On the other hand, spiritual desolation is also important to understand. Spiritual desolation is when you feel heavy and there's like a cloud over you and everything has a certain darkness and you feel a kind of a decrease in hope. You feel a sort of spiritual pessimism, if you will. I don't know. I'm never going to get better. These sins are the same ones I repeat every time in confession. And this spiritual heaviness settles in upon us. That is spiritual desolation. There's also such a thing as non-spiritual desolation. It's raining outside, you forget your umbrella, you get soaked, and you're just having a kind of a blue day. Not necessarily spiritual, but certainly desolation. Why is this important? It's important because we have to know what we're experiencing, awareness, so that we can understand it, so that we can respond appropriately to it. If I'm experiencing spiritual consolation, an increase of love, I want to thank God for it, to hold on to it. If I'm experiencing spiritual desolation, negativity, pessimism in my soul, I do not want to hold on to that. I want to reject it and replace it with the truth.